Well, hello and welcome to the Dub in Belfast for today's Subway NIBFA National League Under-14 match. It pits Belfast rivals Glentoran and Linfield together. I'm Barry Green and you're very welcome this morning. This kick-off, 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning. It's lovely conditions, as you can see, for football. Surface, of course, is a 4G one, and that should allow both teams here to play their best brand of football. Glentoran, well, they're currently top of the table. They've lost just one of their 15 matches to date. There we go, side of the referee. Glentoran's only defeat, you guessed it, it came against Linfield. That was at the outset of October. Linfield on that particular occasion recording a 2-0 success at Midgley Park. Linfield currently occupy 4th place in the table, and a win today would see them climb to within 2 points of Glentoran. So this one offers a lot. There's definitely plenty to play for. Here's the two skippers coming together to take the toss. It's Joe Kerr of Glentoran and Linfield's Jay Longridge. Well, the players won't need to get up for this one. They'll know what's at stake here. Glentoran on 38 points at the top of the table, haven't played 15, they've won 12, drawn 2 and lost just 1. And Linfield, who have played a game less than Glentoran, 33 points from 14 games. They could move to within 2 points of Glentoran with a win over their Belfast rivals here today. Referee checking at both ends with the goalkeepers, and we're underway at the Dub in Belfast. Early touch for Zach Dixon for Glentoran. The Glens playing in their familiar green and black colours, playing from right to left, and it's all the way back with Phoenix Blaney in goal. And that's neat interplay at the back involving Charlie Campbell. And Glentoran playing football the right way, playing it on the ground and straight away trying to find a teammate with the ball at their feet. Heavy touch this time from Charlie Campbell under pressure. And that's a throw in to the Blues. Ball down the line. He's looking for Jack May. There'll be a second throw in quick succession for Linfield. Sonny Traynor has the ball in his hands. And that's a decent clearance from Archie Irvine. That's with the skipper, Joel Kerr. Neat footwork from Joel. Neat boots as well. A little bit of fluorescence in there.
On, David, stronger.
Sonny Traynor. That's a chance for Zach Cowan to spread the legs. And the referee has given, I think, a free kick to Glentoran. Let's run through the two teams then. Glentoran in the green colours have Phoenix Blaney in goal, Connor Watson, Charlie Campbell, Aidan O'Hanlon and Archie Irvine, Matthew McCann, Zach Dixon, skipper Joe Kerr and David Green, Cameron Reid and Sam Ferguson complete the 11 for the Glens. Chance to play the ball back to Phoenix Blaney. Oh, and that's a wobbly moment from the Glens keeper. Needs to be careful. Didn't want to lift it, of course, because he'd received the ball back from his teammate Archie Irvine. Got away with that a little bit. did the Glentoran goalkeeper. So Linfield playing in the blue and white colours. Have Max Sykes in goal, Zach White, Cotter Campbell, Jake Hirth and Sonny Trainer, Charlie Heron, Jack May, Finlay Ross and Zach Cowan in midfield, and Jay Longridge and Gary McComb complete the Blues lineup this morning. Free kick then for Linfield, and that's a high effort. It's lifted up over the top of Blaney's crossbar. And interestingly, the early goal kick's going to be taken not by the goalkeeper of Glentoran. It's a decent clearance, that one, at the back. That's good play from Sam Ferguson. This is a good build-up from Glentoran. Cameron Reid clips the ball into the Linfield box, and it's still not cleared. And eventually, Linfield do clear towards halfway. Well, it's picked up again in midfield, this time by Zach Dixon. And Glentoran win the throw. Here's Reid. Ball down the line. Looking for a teammate and didn't quite manage to pick out a player in green. Good switch of play from Charlie Campbell, man who took that goal kick just seconds ago. I should say this is an under 14 game, but certainly Charlie Campbell has all the attributes already of a young adult. This, of course, a Subway sponsored NIBFA National League game. Ball over the top. And here's young Sam Ferguson. He's round the goalkeeper. Oh, and he pushes his effort wide in the 5th minute. That was a glorious chance, having rounded incoming goalkeeper Max Sykes. Sam Ferguson will have wanted to have done slightly better with that, and it remains scoreless here at the Dub. Glentoran 0, Linfield 0.
Until they play the ball. David, make sure see number 6. Stand in front of his line. Come in a bit. Come in this side. No, David.
Well, you can hear the instructions
David, they see 6.
being barked out from the sidelines. Trying to put this goal kick. It's going to be taken by Max Sykes under a bit of pressure. Campbell had to be brave. Dipped his head in.
I honestly don't really care because I'm here to do the match. No, I don't really care about the videos. It's alright, I can leave.
Good shot in the turn. Again, it's wide of the mark. And again, it will be taken by Max Sykes. Ball down the line from Trainer. Was looking for Zach Cowan. Well, these two teams have certainly got to know each other in recent months. So it's the only single blip on the record of Stephen Lowry's side this season was that loss to Linfield back on the 1st of October. That game played at Midgley Park, just beside the National Stadium. Quick free kick taken by the Blues. Finlay Ross. This is better ball retention from Linfield. Ball down the line looking for Jay Longridge, but asking a little too much up against Cameron Reid. A chance for Carter Campbell it was to clear his lines for Linfield. Now it's with Charlie Campbell. Good first touch from Joel Kerr. Lost out in the end. And the fluency of the game just taking time to bed in here at the Dub. This, of course, the venue that Queen's University are tenants of. In fact, they own the grounds, is my understanding. Lots of sport played here as well, as we see the shot coming in from the Glens. Again, it's an easy grab by Max Sykes. Yeah, Queen's University playing the grass pitch down below this particular venue. So if you've just joined us for this Subway NIBFA National League Under-14 clash, it's scoreless between Glentoran and Linfield. Phoenix Blaney just getting rid of the ball for Glentoran. Best chance of the game so far. It came after 5 minutes and it fell to Sam Ferguson, who rounded the Linfield keeper Sykes, but he couldn't keep his shot on target. Now that tackle had to be a good one from Zach White back there. There's a Linfield player down. It looks as if he'll need to get some attention here. Potentially it's Carter Campbell. He's back on his feet again. Corner kick to Glentoran. Ball into the box and, oh goodness me, the goalkeeper spilled it. And that's poor from the keeper. And after just 11 minutes, it's Glentoran who take the lead. Good pressure from the Glens. And they need Linfield by 1-0.
That's it, Joe. Come in late there.
So the league leaders take the lead. We'll have a check on just who tapped that ball in at the end of the day. It may well have been Zach Dixon on the goal line. We'll check that for you. The Glens couldn't keep the ball in on the far side. Now Linfield in possession, trailing by 1-0. The ball will run harmlessly all the way to the play. There'll be a goal kick to Glentoran.
That's you there, Mike. Go.
Chance for Joe Kerr. Too much on it in the end. And again, it's end-to-end football here at the minute in this under-14 Premier Division National League game at the Dub. A free kick this time, awarded for a foul on Gary McComb. Well, free kick didn't have the elevation to begin with for Linfield, and that'll allow Glentoran to mount their own attack potentially. Both sides just failing to retain possession at the minute. Matthew McCann was sliding in for Glentoran. Free kick to the Blues. Sonny Trainer has the ball. There's 14.5 minutes played at the Dub. So plenty of time to go in the first half, and plenty of time for Linfield to get back on level terms as we see the ball scoot past the target. More defending then for Linfield to do. Zach Dixon goes across. He'll take this corner kick for the Glens. Again, ball high in on top of the goalkeeper, and the referee this time blows for a free kick, spots a foul. Sam Ferguson giving chase for Glentoran. Throw-in's a short one. Glentoran holding that lead from 11 minutes into this fixture. Starting to look a bit more comfortable. Just as I say that though, goalkeeper Phoenix Blaney just struggling to clear his lines on this occasion. Free kick Linfield then. Finlay Ross has stood over this. Looks to be the player who's going to take responsibility. Ross. Good clip ball into the area. Just went wide of the target, and that's as close as Linfield have come. 17.5 minutes played. Glentoran leading Linfield by a goal to nil. Short goal kick taken this time. And it's taken to Charlie Campbell. There's an offside. Easily picked by the match referee. Looked like a foul out the far side, and was. See some of the Linfield substitutes warming up on the far side. Do have a choice of players on the bench. Stephen Kelly, Corey Boyd, Cameron Michevsky, Harry Spence and Malachi Harris. This is good play from Joe Kerr. For the Glens, Kerr, can he pick out his teammate? Just a little too much on it in the end from Joe Kerr. Glentoran subs today: Jack Brown, Matthew Lowry and Luke Murray. Last time out, Linfield beat TriStar a goal to nil. Before Christmas, actually lost by 2 goals to 1 against Rosario. Match played at Ulidia. And the game prior to that, they also lost, and that was a home game. They lost by 2 goals to 1 against Dungannon United Youth. But the Blues very much in the running for the title. What they haven't done this season in the 14 games that they've played to date in the league is draw a match. They've played 14, they've won 11, and they've lost 3. 33 points is the return. Now possession picked up by Aidan O'Hanlon. Nice play from Charlie Campbell. That's with Zach Dixon. Dixon across to Cameron Reid. Surrounded by 4 Linfield players, and eventually the Blues do make the clearance, but again that'll be a Glentoran throw-in. Dixon to Campbell. Campbell starting to exert his influence in the game. It's with Connor Watson. He's back with Blaney. Cross into the Linfield box. And the shot again wide of the Linfield goal, but the pressure still mounts for Linfield. Certainly not out of the fixture. Past the Glens, who look the more likely. Ball back from McCann to Blaney. Pass around the corner. That's one that didn't pick out its intended target. That'll allow Glentoran to regroup.
It is tough at times, but look, see, when you do get on the ball, you're going to be dangerous.
Well, a harrowing out that far flank being done time after time by David Green. Got the cross in just moments ago, leaves the throw in to his midfield partner, Matthew McCann. McCann looks for options. Tries to pass down the line to Sam Ferguson. Linfield come out on top on that one. Almost 23 minutes gone at the dub. Glentoran leading by a goal to nil. The goal came pretty much courtesy of a corner kick that was dropped by goalkeeper Max Sykes, and the Glens followed it up. They followed in on the goal line. I think it may have been Zach Dixon, and we will confirm that for you. That's an unusual clearance from Linfield. Give away a very cheap corner kick on the far side. And Zach Dixon will go across to take the corner. And he's not in any particular rush, and who can blame him? All the big guys up from the back. It's towards that 6-yard area. That's headed. Didn't quite get enough purchase on it this time, Joe Kerr. That's strong play from Charlie Campbell. Looks to have a bit about him, does Campbell. Good touch from Jack May. Needs to spread the play. Just couldn't get the ball out from under his feet. And this should be easy pickings for Phoenix Blaney. Throw in from McCann. There's Kerr again starting to have a big influence in this fixture. It looked like a bit of a nibble at Joe Kerr. And quite rightly, the ref on this occasion has blown for a free kick to the Glens. Charlie Campbell comes across. Campbell and Cameron Reid are the two players stood over the ball. There's Reid. Good ball into the area. Came off Green. And it's just nipped over the top from Cameron Reid, who very nearly on 26 minutes. Very nearly made it 2-0 to the Glens. Well, that's one on another day that the Glentoran player will have finished to put his side 2 goals up, give them that additional buffer. Here is Charlie Campbell. Campbell to Kerr. Kerr slowing the tempo of the play down. Max Sykes grabs the ball at the second attempt.
Well done, Cameron, brilliant. Well done.
Here's Kerr.
Go on, Cameron. Go on, Cameron.
Down the line to Cameron Reid. Maybe just a wee bit too much to ask of Reid. The Blues choosing to concede the throw in. Still 1-0 to the Glens. Edna Hanlon. This is out to Finlay Ross, and that gives a chance for the Blues to stretch their legs and come forward with Zach Kyan. Campbell. Back to Blaney. That's good kicking from Phoenix Blaney on this occasion. Stephen Kelly trying to hook the ball down the line. Sam Ferguson did well to keep possession. Here's Kerr, goes past one Linfield player. Couldn't quite get past the second, but he'll get the ball back. Will Kerr. Oh, this is lovely footwork. And is that a penalty? The referee says yes. Joel Kerr on 29 minutes with the silky footwork. An opportunity for Glentoran to go further in front. Well, it looks as if Joel Kerr wants this himself. The skipper taking the responsibility, drying the ball firstly. And he'll be up against Max Sykes in the Linfield goal. So it's Sykes against Kerr. Let's see who comes out on top in this duel. Kerr. Oh, what a finish that is. Couldn't have placed it any better into the bottom corner. And Joel Kerr has doubled the lead for Glentoran. A lovely celebration from the young lads down on this near touchline. Kerr with a fine finish to conclude that fine bit of play. He created the penalty. He stepped up. He took the responsibility for it. And he sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. So that is the buffer that Stephen Lowry and his backroom team will have wanted to have going into half-time against Linfield, their big rivals. You get the feeling that the Glens are not done here either. Campbell. Connor Watson back to Phoenix Blaney. Now it's with Kelly. Forward pass towards Finlay Ross. Kelly has it again here for Linfield. Just wanted the ball onto that left-hand side, and when it ran across his body, he just momentarily lost it. Well, that was in his mind, or actually the ball on the ground itself. But the chance came and went for the Blues. And they still trail here by 2-0. Here's Kerr in the game potentially. Joel Kerr lifts the ball over the top of the crossbar. Free kick to Linfield. Just a few minutes to go to half-time now. And the Blues, you do feel, will need to make some changes here. Trailing by 2-0. If they could get a goal before half-time, it would certainly prove massively beneficial. A free kick for Linfield, albeit that Jake Hirth just needs to watch himself. It was already a free kick in his favour, but he's just trying a little bit too much on the ground. Bit of a handshake in the end, which is good to see between Hirth and Sam Ferguson. Joel Kerr. Clearance from Max Sykes. Just need to be careful here, Glentoran. Again, I'm not quite sure that Connor Watson knew where Phoenix Blaney's positioning was, or where he was on the pitch, and that's led to a Linfield corner. Here comes the corner kick. You can see the referee instructing the boys in green. The free kick was some 5 yards back. And McComb has it for Linfield. And the play is just stopped. There's a sign of a bit of an injury there, but the referee will drop the ball down and play will resume. Couldn't be too long left in this first half. Had the opportunity there to Jack May to switch the thrust of this attack, and in the end he does win a free kick. Bit of a battle going on between him and Zach Dixon, which is good to watch. Blues with the free kick, and Zach White has this. Jack May makes his way forward, as does Finlay Ross. Well, there is the referee's whistle to signal the end of the first half, and it's a first half that has been pretty productive for Glentoran. They lead by 2-0 against Linfield. Their opening goal coming after 11 minutes when the Blues keeper dropped the ball, and it was followed up on the goal line. We think it was tapped in by potentially Zach Dixon. I'm going to confirm that for you during half-time. And then 6 minutes before the referee's whistle, Joel Kerr's silky footwork won Glentoran a penalty. Kerr, he stepped up took responsibility, slid the penalty in off the post to make it 2-0. And that's the score here at halftime at the Dub in the Subway-sponsored NIBFA National League Under-14 match. Please do return for the second half. Welcome back to the dub. We're at halftime. Glentoran lead Linfield by 2-0, and confirmation that the Glentoran goal, the tap in on the goal line after 11 minutes, that was actually scored by Aidan O'Hanlon. We're back underway, and the Blues playing from right to left now. Switched around at the break. And Linfield lots to do here. It's a poor kick this time from the Glens goalkeeper. Might be under pressure here. Phoenix Blaney. Stephen Kelly it was who almost seized upon that. And the Blues have struggled to get behind the Glentoran back line. Story of the first half then, Glentoran sounded a couple of warning signs, including Sam Ferguson's shot after he rounded the Linfield keeper, Max Sykes, on 5 minutes, but his shot went wide. They did score 6 minutes later when the Glens keeper dropped a corner kick. Sorry, the Linfield keeper dropped a Glentoran corner kick, and that was followed up by Aidan O'Hanlon. And then on 29 minutes, Joe Kerr won a penalty brought down in the area. Kerr stepped up to score, smashing it in off the post, driving it low and hard. Glentoran, of course, coming into this fixture at the top of the table. Stayed this way, they would move to 41 points after 16 games. Well, this is better pressure from Linfield early in the second half. Free kick coming up for the Blues. So early defending to do for Glentoran, leading here by 2-0. Here comes that free kick. Ball into the air. It's difficult to pick at the minute. Here is David Green. He's on his own here, David Green. He's 3 Linfield players. Chance to shoot for Green. Couldn't quite get the power that was required. And that will fall again to Joel Kerr. Here's Kerr. Kerr up against his opposite number. It's Jack May. And they invite a challenge again. That's what he did in the first half. And the shot came in. Again, it just lacked the precision that's required. But that's more like Glentoran. That's exactly what happened in the opening 35 minutes. Attack after attack for Glentoran. Linfield with lots of defending to do. Sonny Trainer with the throw for Linfield. Kelly to get his foot in there, but It's Glentoran who've come away with possession here. Sam Ferguson up against Jack Hirth. Throw in Glentoran. Matthew McCann, as he did do in the first half, is on the touchline to take the throw in. He'll get it back here, will McCann. It's neat from Archie Irvine. Good from Charlie Campbell. That's a good ball into the box and needed to be well defended by Zach White. Again, it was Joe Kerr looking for his second goal of the game. Pulled the ball onto his right foot and had a go from there. Max Sykes, though, equal to it on this occasion. And Linfield now with the ball down the far end of the pitch. Well, last Saturday, the Glens managed 4 goals in a home success against Ballinamallard. Prior to that, they had a win against TriStar. Interestingly, Dungannon hot on the heels of Linfield in 5th position in the table, on the same amount of points going into this weekend's round of fixtures. That's a great cross into the box again from Joel Kerr, who's been the standout performer, I think, for Glentoran this morning. And Linfield's defence can do very little but put the ball out for a corner. That corner should be taken by Zach Dixon. Here's Dixon. Good punch this time from Max Sykes. That's with Cameron Reid. Reid. Good ball back towards Campbell. He as well edged out of that one. There's Finlay Ross. Now Ferguson. Needs options and doesn't necessarily get them. Good bit of play there from Sonny Traynor. Linfield full-back. That's a good battle, that one. Charlie Campbell up against Jack Hirth. 2 guys of significant stature in this under-14 age group. Almost 9 minutes played in the second half. It's Glentoran 2, Linfield 0. If you've just joined us, the Aidan O'Hanlon giving Glentoran the lead here after 11 minutes. And 18 minutes after that, Joe Kerr winning a penalty, taken down inside the Linfield box. And Kerr stepped up to smash the ball home in off the post, making it 2-0. And if anything, Glentoran could have gone further in front. For Linfield, I think the closest that the Blues have really come in this morning's game has been that Stephen Kelly shot just after the restart, which in the end, well, it really didn't trouble Phoenix Blaney in the Glens goal. Rolling substitutions in these games, of course, so lots of changes, particularly for the Blues. Not unexpected to have Corey Boyd, Cameron Mashevsky, Harry Spence and Malachi Harris on the bench, so let's see what they can do. Do see Masiewski. He's definitely come on. Big stoppage time here for these substitutes, which will add on a minute or so, you would think, at the end of this morning's game. And Luke Murray coming on for Glentoran. Zach Kyan makes way for the Blues. So a big reshuffle, particularly for Linfield. "46 minutes gone of the allotted 70, plus any stoppages, of course, we get at the end here.
The ball.
Let's see how that changes things up. Malachi Harris, we can see, has come on as well for the Blues, and Phoenix Blaney's attempted clearance is blocked, not for the first time in this morning's game. Goalkeeper just needs to be a little bit quicker with his kick out. He leaves it this time around to Charlie Campbell. Campbell does have that quite lofty clearance and gets the ball up over halfway. Glentoran win the throw-in. Here's Reid, looks for support. Joel Kerr. It's a lovely through ball. Just a little bit too much on it for David Green. And Sykes takes command. Offside given by the referee. It's a difficult one. You've got one official expected to cover all the action in the middle of the pitch and to call offsides at both ends. It's not straightforward. Well, that's good from Cameron Machevsky. Cross didn't quite match up to it though. An opportunity there potentially presented itself to Malachi Harris. Again, just a bit of a stall. Now straight away, Glentoran break down the other end of the pitch through David Green. Well, that's strong play this time around from Stephen Kelly, but he just had too much on the ball. And that allowed Glentoran to tidy up in midfield, really. To classify the Linfield performance so far, plenty of endeavour, I would suggest, but just disjointed. A lot of singularity there in terms of collective build-up play, running off the ball, and thinking on the game, Glentoran have certainly been much the better of the two in doing that, better in linking up, better in supporting one another. And the Blues have plenty of potential, we can see that. Just need to get the ball down and to find a teammate. You see exactly that playing out. Zach White in possession. His pass though was straight to a Glentoran player. Cameron Reid has the throw for the Glens. .51 minutes played, so 19 minutes plus stoppages here at the Dub in this Subway NIBFA National League Premier Division match. It's an under-14 game. Well, some of the players certainly looking to have a stature of being older than 14. No doubt, of course, across their dates of birth. That's not what I'm suggesting for a single second. But this guy in particular, if you had to pick out one or two of the young lads with a physique, particularly to make it as the years progress, Charlie Campbell has that. Jake Hirth for the Blues, and doesn't always count, of course, but certainly does help, particularly if you're in those big battles. Only got to look at Lionel Messi, of course, to totally contradict that particular thought. The best player in the world for many, many years, and diminutive at best.
Oh, trigger here, boys, trigger!
Here is Campbell. Again, it's harmless, and all this is playing into the hands of Glentoran. A little bit of breeze now coming across the pitch here. This is, if you've never been here to the Dub, it's an elevated position. It's one of the highest pitches on the site. So it does attract the wind when the wind blows. Actually, this morning, listening to the radio bulletins, they do expect a bit of adverse weather to come into Northern Ireland from 2 o'clock onwards today. I think the rest of the UK has already had yellow weather warnings over the last 24 hours, so I'd like the prediction to be wrong, but well, that remains to be seen. It's not affecting this game so far, particularly the Glentoran performance, leading here by 2-0. Aidan O'Halloran and Joel Kerr, the skipper, who scored with a penalty in the first half. Free kick for the Glens. It's a good free kick, and it's well won in the air by Charlie Campbell. Not just as threatening in the second half, Glentoran. That's good footwork by Dixon. Just over 15 minutes of normal time remain for Linfield to get something from this morning's match. That's good handling by the keeper, Phoenix Blaney. More changes for the Glens. It's Matthew Lowry coming on. Charlie Campbell, that's lovely show of the football onto his left foot. And what's that ball looking like? It's looking pretty tremendous, isn't it? My goodness me, what a goal that is. Joel Kerr rounding off a fantastic move from Glentoran. And that makes it 3-0. And it was hard to know who to focus on in that move, because the man who provided the assist after 56 minutes here, Charlie Campbell, took up possession of the football on his right foot, cut it onto his left, and what a fine through ball that was, looking for the run of Joel Kerr. And that's the second goal of the game for Joel Kerr. Linfield goalkeeper got a bit of it, but he didn't have enough to keep it out, and Linfield now trailing by 3-0. This is proving to be more straightforward potentially than Glentoran would have anticipated. So Linfield have lost just 3 times in the league this season. In fact, they beat the Glens back in October, but well, that's looking a long way off from where we're sat. Long, hopeful ball upfield towards J Long Ridge, which is again pretty easily cut out by Glentoran. And now it's all the way back with Phoenix Blaney. Here's Green. Oh, he would love a goal here this morning. Green. Well, he fancied it onto his weaker side. Jack Brown coming on, replacing Archie Irvine. They do have the buffer now, Glentoran, to spin the wheels. You can see quite clearly why they're top of the table, so well drilled. The team in green and black, and Malachi Harris, as the through ball had a little bit too much on it. It sent him wider of the goal than he would have liked. That's been the tale of the game for the Blues. Might get a second chance here though, and that's a great goal from young Malachi Harris. Definitely has made a difference since coming on. Glentoran caught napping there. There's just under 10 minutes left to play. And anything in football can happen. Minutes. You'll hear some of the players and coaches on the sideline. 10 minutes for Linfield to get what would be an unlikely looking point, or maybe even 3 points, but we'll have lots to do to be able to do that. Good finish that from young Harris. That's given Glentoran a bit to think about. Well, you can see tactically what's happening here. Linfield looking to get the play back underway, and Harris going and chasing that ball down even though it's out of play. Matthew McCann just ambling towards it, quite within his right to do so, of course, but clever play to tactically slow things down. Lovely venue. Skies in Belfast looking well so far this morning. The referee saying that there's 12 minutes to go. He's actually told us that he's adding on 4 minutes at the end at this minute in time. Of course, that could increase depending on what happens, but Glentoran come forward with Joel Kerr. Kerr on a hat-trick, of course. Unselfishly plays the ball to David Green, who didn't control first time around. Get a second bite at the cherry here. Couldn't get it out of his feet, but he'll want that match ball. Well, Joel Kerr, he'll want to hit that hat-trick, no doubt about it. It's quite the feat on your CV. Score 2 against Linfield, even better to score 3. Clearance from Harry Spence. We've got to be careful here. Phoenix Blaney just unconvincing on that occasion. And I think the sun's potentially in his eyes, so the goalkeeper, as all goalkeepers do, they just need to be wary of that. Max Sykes about to take this goal kick for the Blues. Wearing tangerine, I would say that goalkeeper kit is. And there you get a look at the differential between the goalkeeper and Jake Hirth, the towering centre half for Linfield. He takes a quick goal kick. Again, they've given that ball away cheaply, have Linfield. And the Glens can slow this down once more. Nice touch down the line. Looking again for, I think it's Kerr out the far side. It is indeed. Still battling for possession is Kerr. Luke Murray on there as well. Here's Hearth. So there's 4.5 minutes of normal time remaining, and 4 minutes is indicated by the referee. On top of that, for stoppage time, the Blues just need to get hold of the ball. You can see the sun in Blaney's eyes. That's definitely a free kick in the middle of the pitch. There'll be more stoppage time added on here. Campbell fires it towards goal, but there's too much on that. Harris, it's good play from the Linfield goal scorer. Starting to get a bit fiery at the end here. It's been competitive to date, but the Blues having the clock running down on them. The urgency has stepped up. Well, defending to do for the side leading by 3-1. That's a great ball into the box, and well, somehow Linfield failed to score. It's a glorious opportunity. Glentoran need goalkeeper Phoenix Blaney to come out and grab the ball to reduce the pressure on his teammates, and he does just that, and that's a great clearance down towards the halfway line. Time running out for Linfield.
Shuffle over!
Inside the last minute of normal time. This is good from the Glens. Luke Murray with the footwork. stoppage time now. So we reckon there could be 4 minutes here in total, from which the Blues will need at least 2 goals. Looking unlikely. Anywhere will do now for Glentoran. David Green gives the ball back to Sonny Trainer. Looks like the ref for the next game has arrived, so we are close to the conclusion of this morning's fixture at the Dub in this Subway NIBFA National League Under-14 top of the table clash between Glentoran and Linfield, who the Blues have given themselves a little too much to do in the closing stages here, it appears. Looked like a free kick. That's an important one for the Glens.
You're gonna come on that way.
2 of the 4 minutes additional time have been played. Stephen and David Lowry there on the sideline. Going back on for the Glens is Archie Irvine. He'll get 2 minutes here at the end, having replaced Zach Dixon.
Good, Marty, good body shape, well done, kid.
Good battling by Jack May. Throw goes the way of the visitors, Linfield. Inside the last minute of stoppage time. That's my view. Let's see if the referee agrees. Very unlikely the Glens will lose it from this position. Here's Charlie Campbell. Lovely play from Campbell again. Sets David Green free. Again, it was Joel Kerr who had possession, and he's threatening to score his third. That's well back. Linfield. Here's Harris. Slack ball. And there is the full-time whistle here at the Dub in Belfast, and Glentoran pull further clear at the top of the under-14 standings, moving on to 41 points and putting 8 points between them and Linfield now. Ballymena are the nearest competitors, though, to the Glens, and they've got a couple of games in hand. But the story of the game, Glentoran scored 2 goals in the first half. Aidan O'Hanlon set them on their way. Joe Kerr won and scored a penalty, and then with 14 minutes of normal time remaining, Charlie Campbell's fantastic through ball found Kerr, and he scored his second goal of the game to make it 3-0 to Glentoran. Linfield substitute Malachi Harris reduced the arrears with 10 minutes to go, but in the end it wasn't enough for the Blues. Full time here, Glentoran 3, Linfield 1.